Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, how is everyone's days going? I hope it is doing well. Today, we're gonna talk about another serial killer because it is almost spooky season, and I'm thinking, why the heck not? You all I like spooky season. It is literally almost that time of the month. It is so exciting right now, and I like it. I like October. I like fall. It is beautiful. So why the heck not? Let's just have some fun talking about some weird stuff. Why not? Today is like September 30th, so tomorrow's almost October 1st. So this is gonna be fun. It is like the 31st, till like Halloween. Now, anyways, today we're gonna talk about another murder case today, cause why not? And this one, we are talking about another murder case from United States murder history. And I think you all know what that means. We're gonna talk about another, cause why the heck not? So today we're gonna talk about this specific but we're gonna talk about this specific serial killer, from the 1970s, I think so, probably. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, get you guys' tea, whatever, drink, and all that. Get you guys' snacks ready, and let's talk about this specific serial killer. We will be talking about Robert Lee Yates. Apparently, this guy has done not a lot, but some freaky stuff. He also has some more names like Spokane's Washington Serial Killer and the Spokane Serial Killer. So, yes, we'll be talking about this guy today. Robert Lee Yates Jr. was born in May 27th, 1952. He was also born in Oak Harbor, Washington, in the U.S. People have known him as the Spokane's Washington, the serial killer, and also the Spokane serial killer. His convictions was of graded first-degree murder, and attempted first-degree murder. He had 16 victims, span of crimes 1975 and 1998. Dude. How did nobody caught him? He was born in Washington, United States. Also, the date of him getting caught and also arrested. So basically, April 18th. So basically, the 2000. He is also imprisoned in the Washington State Penitentiary. So this guy basically had 23 years? I think, probably. I am wondering how the heck he did not get caught with all those years. I don't know, maybe he's just experienced all that stuff before. Maybe, probably. Robert Lee Yates Jr., born in May 27th, 1952, is an American serial killer from Spokane, Washington. From 1975 to 1998. Yates is also known as the murdered at least 11 women in Spokane. Yates also confessed to 2 murders committed in Walla Walla. In 1975 and a 1988 murder committed in Skagit County. In 2002, Yates was convinced of killing 2 women in Pierce County and sentenced to death, but it was commuted in life without parole after the Washington Supreme Court ruled capital punishment unconstitutional. In 2018, he is currently saving life in prison in the Washington State Penitentiary. Alrighty, sorry about that. I just saw the most cringiest thing. Why TikTok? I am crying pain! Oh no! Early life. Yates was born on May 27th, 1952. He grew up in Oak Harbor, Washington, in the middle of family attendant in the local Seventh Adventist church. Before his birth, his grandma had murdered his grandfather with the axe in 1945. Yates graduated from Oak Harbor High School in 1970. In 1975, he was hired by the Washington State Department of Collections to work as a collection officer at the Washington State Penitentiary in Walla or Lala, I don't know, whatever you guys call it. In October 1975, Yates was enlisted in the United States Army, which became certified to fly civilian airport like airplanes and helicopters. Yates was stationed in the various counties outside the continental United States, including Germany and later Somalia and Tahiti during the United Nations peacekeeping. Sun just got into my eye. Missions of the 1990s. Yates was also served 3 years in the Army National Guard as a helicopter pilot from the April 1997 through April 2000. He also earned several commendation and also service medals during the military career, including the U.S. Army Master Aviator Badge. Yates left the active duty army in April 1996. Apparently a year and a half short of being unable to full retirement benefits and Persian, I guess. At the time, the military was recruiting its numbers, so he received a full retirement despite during the short and the customary 20 years served. He then joined the Army National Guard in April 1997 and served 3 years until his arrest in April 2000. He served a total 21.5 years in the military. He has 5 children, 4 daughters and 1 son, with second wife Winda, whom he married in 1976. Also, the child's birth year ranged from 1974 and 1989. Oh, excuse me. So he basically served in the army and all that. So he basically done a lot of that in his lifetime. I just had to get a sip. So basically all that had happened, I guess. Murders. Yates' first murder were committed in 1975 when he shot and killed 2 college students who were also picnicking. Many of his subsequent victims were also prostitutes working along. So basically they were working all along in the East Spring Avenue, and who also had subsistence abuse issues. And Yates would often do drugs with them and the other prostitutes. The victims were initially selected for sex work by Yates that would actually have sex with them, often in his Ford van, then would kill them and dump their bodies in different locations. All of his victims died from a gunshot wound near the head or the heart. 8 of the murders were committed with a Raven 25 caliber handgun. An often attempt to murder was linked to the same murder with the same mobile handgun. One particular bizarre what the fuck? Ugh, to my neighbors. Ugh. Most bizarre and gruesome details of Yates. Murder is involved with the case of Melody Murfin, whose body was buried but just outside of the bedroom window of Yates' family home. Did I really say that? I meant to say home. While his wife was sleeping in the room. On August 1st, 1998, Yates picked up sex worker Christine Smith, who managed to escape after being shot, assaulted, and robbed. She and the healthcare providers who stitched up her head wound thought she had been hit by a blunt object. And it was not until early 20s following the car accident that an x-ray revealed that she was actually grazed by a bullet. She is the only known survivor of Yates and his crimes. On September 1998, Yates was asked to give a DNA sample of Spokane police after being stopped. He refused, stating that it was too extreme of a request of a family man. At 6 a.m. on April 18th, Robert Lee Yates, 47 and a married father of 5, was arrested for the murder of 16-year-old Jennifer Joseph in the car, which led to his initial arrest. Detectives began round-the-clock surveillance of Yates for the 2 days preceding his arrest. After he returned from the 2-week Army National Guard, guard camp, where he was continued to his service as a helicopter pilot in the 66th of Aviation Brigade of the Washington Army National Guard, which was also headquartered at the Great Army Airfield, which is located on the base of Fort Fort Lewis near Tacoma. Tacoma? Tacoma, I think. Or Tacoma, I don't know. Whatever you say. Tacoma, I think. It appears Spokane serial killer grew bolder with each murder he committed. At first, he replied on time and distance to separate himself from the crimes, which he already done the crimes. Later on, the gunman grew confident in his abilities, dumping his victims where they could be easily found. In the beginning, serial killer victims were turning up mile from where they worked, here along Spring Avenue, I think. Late in August of 1997, a farmer found Jennifer Joseph's body underneath this pine tree in the on at Mount Spokane foothills, I think. Two remote location in like 12 miles from the Spring Avenue. The next known serial killer was Darrell Scott. Her body was also discovered in a rural like area of the Hangman Valley. But in this case, the gunman had cut the distance from Springu Avenue in half. The killer's comfort zone would be cut in half again, with the discovery of Sean McCallaghan, I think, maybe, and also Lori Lassen. Wason or Lassen, I don't know. At the 14th and Camahan, their bodies were found just 3 miles from Springu Avenue's right light distance, more than a half a year later. In the serial killer's boldest execution, Maylin Durning died just a few blocks from the where she entered the serial killer's vehicle. Damn, the amount of stuff that he basically done. I am kind of surprised how nobody found him out. Like maybe like I want to know how his family not find out. I don't know. It's a mystery. Now, let's get started with the next reading. His uncle Ernest Yauderine said his nephew was also well spoken and never used any like profanity. Udarian said if he had ever had children, he would want them to come as good as Robert. Although he was described as a lot of a loner, Robert Lee Yates participated in a number of activities, including football and choir. Also seemed to have a talent for writing poetry. His English teacher, Study Sundberg, said one of the poems he wrote and read out loud is in his class was comparable to Shakespeare. Al Gotti, who was close friends with Robert in high school, said that they spent a lot of like their free time together, fishing, hiking, hunting, and even working odd jobs to make extra money. Like this dude has so many activities I would totally like all of that. Like and poetry is pretty good. Like he has talent, but then he decided to throw his whole life away just murdering like some people for random stuff. He might did it for some reason we do not know, but I do not know why, but he has some pretty good talent of like poetry. If you think about it, Shakespeare, like the books and all that, he might make a lot of money of that. And he decided to throw away a bunch of other people's lives just for the most weirdest shit as possible. Robert Lee Bob Yates, commonly referred to be as the Spokane killer, confessed to kill multiple people between July 1975 and October 1998. As reported by a Touch Weekly, a vast majority of the Yates victims were female sex workers who he hired to be around Spokane and Washington after hiring a woman. Robert Lee Yates said he had sex with them before and sometimes after shooting them. He then disposed of their bodies in more rural areas. So basically, now after that he was arrested in 2000 and is also set for death penalty as well. So I think he's dead now. But no, ladies and gentlemen, do not throw away your guys' lives away for doing the most weirdest shit like this. There's so many messed up stuff around the world, and I don't know us people, we could actually fix it on by ourselves, but we all do is just hope for the best, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, basically Robert E. Lee Yates basically has pretty good talent. So he even played football. He even played in a choir. He even actually done pretty good stuff, and even poetry. I think like I like poetry. It's pretty cool. But sometimes you don't even know like what's in other people's heads. You don't even know. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe out there, and I'm going to be posting more videos like these anyways. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.